you could be a meat eater for 10 years and then be like, oh, I'm not into it anymore. To next 10 years, you're vegan or you just don't eat it, and that's fine too. You guys, you have to see, like, your body is not going to break on this. We have to take a step back and understand, like, there's a bigger power here than somebody's diet. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to answer a comment/question that was posted under one of my videos. And the question is regarding consuming animal products, consuming protein in relationship to creating vibrant health. You guys know I talk a ton about the power of plant-focused eating, but we still have, besides plants, we have different food groups, right? And I'm not here to say only eat this or only eat that. I'm just here to help explain what happens when certain ingredients are coming into your body in a certain way, what happens inside and how that creates health, or how that creates a slowdown in the creation of health, right? So this person tagged me or linked a video in the comments under one of mine about human design and the PHS system, which is where we kind of get the information about the digestive profiles and what makes us unique in how we eat, how we take in food, how we take in information, how we take in energy, and asked me to talk about my perspective on eating protein and eating meat, and how does that all fit in with us finding our way and finding our path to our highest expression in our bodies, okay? And there's going to be like so many layers go into these questions, and the answers are always nuanced, right? They're going to be different from person to person. But what I wanted to talk about today, I thought was really interesting, and thank you for linking this video. And this woman's YouTube, she does a lot of human design. Her name is Leanne Wolf. And so the video, if you want to watch it, is called Human Design, Animal Protein, and the Body Graph, okay? Now, what they're talking about is these specific gates and channels that are in your chart, and whether you have this channel, whether you have this partially or fully defined channel between these two gates, and how does that tell you perhaps what you may be more inclined towards thriving with in regards to consuming animal protein, okay? So I hope that you guys understand that. So we're talking about gate 52-9, and where you'll find it on your chart, I'll see if I can blow mine up and I'll put it in the video, but it is the root center to the sacral. It's this one right here. So you can see I have it. It's colored in. Okay. Now, Leanne's video was interesting, and she was talking about wanting to lose weight for herself and looking deeper into the intricacies of her chart and all of the, talk in the wellness world and the health world about, should you eat meat? Should you not eat meat? Should you do this? Should you do that? And again, we can't do that, right? I hope you guys know by now that we can't make these claims for the world, for other people. All we can know is how do we take care of our body, and then how do we do it our way so that we are in alignment with what our body needs. And those things that we're talking about, how do we know what our body needs? It goes beyond food. It goes beyond a certain diet name, a type, or protocol, okay? It goes into how you are meant to be yourself in the world, and what you can learn by interacting with food in that way that allows you to be yourself, okay? So again, it's unconditioning the rules of this is the diet, like vegan, not vegan specifically in this conversation. So what I want to tell you guys is, you and your authority and your knowing and your ability to discern what's right for you at any time in your life, because it can change. The choices that you need or want to make with food can change through your life. That is that's what you need. You need your authority. You need to trust your body. You need to trust yourself more than even this gate channel thing being defined or partway defined. I don't even know if defined is what we're supposed to be saying about the gates and the channels, but colored in or whatever, partially or fully, it's still going to be your call, okay? We can't be making ourselves right or wrong based off of something that we interpret about what something in our chart means, okay? It's all of this information is here to make it easier for us to trust ourselves. But I want to share something with you that I think is fascinating related directly to this channel, okay? So the 52-9, when it is all the way connected, as is mine, apparently means you are more inclined to thrive from eating animal products. Interesting, right? So of course, when I was looking through all of this, I looked up everybody in my families to see what they were. So my husband has like one of the gates. Dash has one of the gates. I have the full thing, and Dalton has the full thing, okay? Now, what's interesting is, and the reason I wanted to do this was because I wanted to see if this was a direct reflection of how each of us and the people in my immediate family naturally behave, okay? So my kids are 6 years old and 3 years old, and therefore they have not been conditioned by people telling them eat protein, don't eat protein, because I'm not doing that to them. So Dash, for example, has never had any animal products in his life. He's 3. He will not eat them. He has nothing, no interest in it. And if you put it near his plate, he will then throw all his food onto the floor. Okay? That's how much he is not into it. And you may recall, if you've watched my other videos, when I was pregnant with Dash, I could not eat the meat. I lived off of a high glucose rich diet, which I do believe is a very high integrity for pregnant women, because that's what the growing baby needs. So I ate a little bit of salmon here and there, but it could have been like 5 times total my whole pregnancy. And I think that is because Dash was dictating the show during that time that he was in my body. Now, Dalton eats some animal products. Heath eats some. But here's me. I'm the one with the full channel, and the one with the YouTube channel that's promoting eat the plants, eat the plants, eat the plants, more fruits, more vegetables, right? Because they have the power. And I just think it's interesting, because knowing this, that I have this channel, and also there's 2 things that these gates are representing. One is satisfaction and one is warmth. So if you've ever been a person that you're like eating raw or just eating something that isn't maybe as dense / satisfying, like an animal protein, leaves you feeling like something's missing from your meal or your diet. Like, I have had that sense at times, but I don't eat protein as a focus. I don't eat it for breakfast. I rarely have anything for lunch, because my lunch is usually around this time of day, like in 2, 3 in the afternoon. But sometimes I'll eat it at night, but sometimes I won't. So I just want to share this, because here I am a person that has the entire channel. Evidently, according to this theory, I should be doing the best when I make animal protein an important part of my diet, like a consistency, right? She also goes on, what is her name? Leanne, to talk about examples of people's charts. Dave Asprey, bulletproof guy, ketogenic diet, eat the fat, eat the protein, right? He has the same definition in his chart on this channel that I do. Now, isn't that interesting? She shares another example of a person that is touting a vegan diet, that like it's the best for everybody, who has it all open, okay? What does this mean? It means it's the same message, you guys. It doesn't matter. These little details literally do not matter. So you have to follow your authority, but you also have to follow the human body's needs. Again, it's not going to change this need for plants, this need for fruits and vegetables. How much, how often, in what proportion to other food groups, that's not going to be the same for everybody. But what is the same is that we need a majority of plant foods in order to give the body the nutrients, the energy, the information to create that natural inherent healing process. That's my perspective. That's what I know. That's what I know for sure after studying how all of this fits together, right? How we digest, how we eliminate, how we saturate our cells with information that creates that healing, that gets rid of chemicals, that gets rid of toxins, because those things are not congruent to an aligned, healthy body. So I just thought it was really wild that Dave Asprey, the guy that's like, eat the meat, isn't he the one that's like butter in the coffee or whatever? Totally different message than what I'm saying. But the thing that she was mentioning here is that we just can't be telling everyone to do the same thing. We can't be telling everyone to do the same thing. So I'm pretty sure I have another video about how to eat meat on a plant-focused diet. And that's my belief, again, that you can consume animal protein when you feel your body is calling for it, for you. So we go back to these feeling states that create satisfaction and warmth. When you're looking to eat dinner, let's say, are you satisfied by your choice, or is something missing? Does your body crave some chicken or some wild-caught fish, organic turkey or something? Is your body calling for you to consume it? Is your body asking you for it? Because sometimes you are wanting that satisfaction of something, and that would be filled with an animal protein aspect to your meal. And for other people, they will have no need at all ever for it. And that's okay. But what I also know is that if we can lean into a little bit more about our signature sign of alignment when we're eating, it can be very telling on how to make decisions day to day. So here's what I mean by that. So satisfaction, signature for generators and manifesting generators, right? So satisfaction is something that I always want to have when I'm eating my food, right? I want it to be like, oh yes, that was so good. Like it hits the spot. I'm so happy I ate that. I'm happy when I'm eating it. I'm glad that I got to eat that. It was delicious. It was so yum. So there's that piece to it. And so then if you think about, if you're a generator, a manifesting generator, are your meals giving you that satisfaction of like, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted this. I wanted to feel like that. You know, sometimes you want to eat something light because you're just not that hungry. And so you wouldn't feel satisfied if you ate a big hearty beef stew, you know? And sometimes you're starving and you need something more dense. And so maybe you want to have like spaghetti squash with organic turkey meatballs, for example. I don't know. And if you are a projector and you want to feel success, I mean, that might seem a little abstract for food, but like, do you feel successful in your choice for your meal? Like, does it keep you feeling light? Does it keep your open sacral feeling like fueled, not too much and just enough, so that you'll, you know, have room and space to eat something again in a few hours, right? You can also look at your authority. Our authority could be sacral authority. So if you are a generator, a manifesting generator, is your meal, is your choice, like, let's say you are thinking of cooking dinner tonight. Like, do I want to eat chicken and veggies? Your gut is going to be like, no or yeah. Do I want to have just like pasta and salad? Yes or no? Like, you can just ask yourself each time, each day, in the moments or in the upcoming moments, and trust your body, trust your sacral. Because again, all of this really has to come back to us knowing that we don't need to be so perfect. We don't need to be so hard on ourselves. And we're not like trying to always get it exactly right or wrong. It's very fluid. Everything's always in motion. But when we really like pick on this is right, this is wrong, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, that feels like pressure. And so even if both of your choices were excellent and safe and healthy and filled with real foods that the body can use and digest, the way that your body receives it is different because you're tense, you're stressed, you're worried. And so again, we always want to remember it's your chronic feeling state that creates. So yes, the food matters, and it especially matters when you've already found yourself in a state of lack of health or a disease state or chronic symptoms or something, because you need something to hold on to that helps you believe you can come back, right? And you can, and food does work like that. But we also have to remember that food shouldn't also be a reason that we're stressed. It shouldn't be a reason that we're stressed. It should be a reason that we trust. It should be a reason that we feel relaxed and that we know that the body has our back and that we know that we're making right choices. And again, the simplest way that I understand food now is focus mostly on the plants and then surround that with other safe ingredients, right? So if you want the animal protein, make sure you have well-sourced animal protein and you're avoiding the foods that feed pathogens, because those are problematic to creating disease states. So that would be the farmed fish, the pork, and the eggs, and the dairy, if you kind of consider dairy like animal, whatever. Those are the ones that I don't consume, okay? Because I understand the mechanism of health. And so I don't feel like that's limiting, and I don't limit myself. And now when I read this blog and I watched the video about this channel, I didn't think, oh God, I should eat more meat. I just was like, that's interesting because I eat the meat that I want, and I'm not going to change it based on this channel. You know, I'm the authority. My body needs what it needs. I give it what it needs, and I also get what I want. So I choose foods that I like. I choose them in ways that I like. I choose them in forms that I like, and I allow myself to eat things that are satisfying, and I allow myself to eat things that my body leans into, and I get to play with it, and I get to change it. And that, here's another thing. You could be a meat eater for 10 years and then be like, oh, I'm not into it anymore. To next 10 years, you're vegan or you just don't eat it, and that's fine too. You guys, you have to see, like, your body is not going to break on this. We have to take a step back and understand, like, there's a bigger power here than somebody's diet, okay? And if Dave Asprey has this Gaiden channel just like me, and he's eating Bulletproof, is that even a thing to say? He has the Bulletproof brand, and he eats a lot of protein, has a different philosophy, but he's thriving in his own right. I'm eating my way, thriving in my own right. What is this telling us? That it's our owning that we're doing it right that really matters. So I don't know if somebody eats lots of butter and animal fat and animal protein and disregards like the plant focused abundance of consumption that I'm, guiding people towards. I don't know what will happen to their body. From a physical standpoint, it's very hard on the liver. It's very hard on the digestive system. And so you could assume that it would wear the body out after a period of time, decades or years. But maybe not. You know, if he has a very, very strong belief, which I'm assuming he does, because he has a whole brand and company and he's preaching it to the world, then that's all he needs, because all you have to do is to believe in what you do, because your body will reflect what you believe. Honor the body, honor the physical human body. And again, we do that because we want to feel good from what we eat. And we want to keep our mind clear. We want to keep our body and our system calm. And when you consume fake foods, processed foods, sugar, artificial sugars, too much caffeine, alcohol, that takes your alignment off balance, because it takes your nervous system off balance, and things that affect your brain, like heavy metals and just lack of cleansing toxins that are already in the body out, create a very stressful state for the body and the mind, because it's harder to control your mind when your body feels like shit. Honor the body, choose real foods, and you get to have a lot of freedom with what that looks like, okay? So I can't tell you eat meat 3 times a week or don't eat it at all. All I do with my clients is I guide them from where they are right now. What is the body reflecting? The fastest way, we work on the fastest way, the fastest path to get their body to lighten the load of work that it's currently struggling through. If you're having a symptom, if you're having weight you want to lose, if you're having hormone problems, if you're having infertility, then there is a way to utilize food to lighten the load on the internal health of the body so that you can release that stuff and get what you want. And so you need to take all of that into account, and you need to take into account how fruits and vegetables influence the system, and focus where you need to focus, right? Always focus on what's the priority. What are we working on? What are we moving towards? And then ultimately, like, looking at your lifestyle with food as maybe it is a little bit ever evolving, and maybe it is going to be day to day. But in the bigger picture, you know what's safe. You know the body needs real foods. You know it doesn't need chemicals. You know that fake food isn't serving you. And we know, at least I know for sure, that the animal protein conversation has been very skewed. And we need to shift the focus to the plants that have the nutrients, that have the capabilities to move the needle inside way more. Because here's the thing, you guys, if people can thrive without any animal protein, then it's obviously not required. And the amount of people that freak out and preach, eat the protein for weight loss, for fat loss, for muscle building. Like, that's not how you build muscle. You don't need the protein to build muscle. You need to strength train or do Pilates or light weights, resistance training. You need to train your muscles to build the muscles, and you need glucose and mineral salts, and you need the overall cleansing effect of a diet so you can actually see the tonation of the muscles that you're training, okay? So I can do a different video on that if you want me to. But overall, when it comes to eating meat, it's not the priority of the diet. It gets to be a component. Watch my video on how to do it, where to put it, if you want to move more into momentum with eating for health results, okay? And then you can look at that channel in your human design chart if you like. But ultimately, since like I'm seeing mine as like completely the full channel, and a lot of days I don't eat any animal products, what does that tell you? It tells you that you get to do it your way, and you have to do what's right for you. And if what you're doing isn't working, then you need to edit it so that it can work, because it can always work. And food is that powerful. When we know it, we trust it, we get really familiar with it and understand how it influences us, how it influences our system. So again, one gate in your chart, a channel, even like being a generator, being a manifesting generator, being a manifester, it's still food, you guys. We still need to eat real food, okay? So never give up your power to your chart. Never give up your power to someone else's opinion on what is the best. You have to take it in for yourself. You have to experiment with it. And as always, I'm just here to help you find your way with food so that you can have the health in the body that you want, because you can, okay? All right, so if you're interested in working with me, I'm right now taking one-on-one clients through Fueled and Focused, which is my signature program on how to use food and mindset to create the healthiest, most vibrant body that you love. That's linked below. It's always on my website. And so if you want to apply for that, you can check it out. I'll talk to you soon.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul.